same time.
The New York Giants started the offseason with the biggest splash of all, landing John Harbaugh to be their next coach. But they seem, ever since then, to have lost all the momentum they made from that and perhaps careened into a ditch. After missing a large portion of last season, we just got the news today that Malik Nabers' status is uncertain, with another procedure being done, this to clean up scar tissue in his knee. Going to this show's resident ACL expert, Lynnell Willingham, what does this tell you about Malik's timeline, and how does it impact your view of the Giants?
I feel like I hear, and Giants fans, maybe you hear it too, it's the air being let out of the Giants balloon. They were the belle of the ball all off season long, going out spending buku cash, revamping the defensive line, getting in new guys for Coach Harbs. But offensively, with this news that Malik Nabers is going back under the knife to clean up scar tissue, I've torn my ACL 3 times in my life. It's 3 times too many. I've never had to go back under the knife for scar tissue to be removed. What is scar tissue is probably what the average fan is thinking. That limits your mobility and range of
Chili Pepper song.
Best
Red Hot
Chili
Pepper
is.
song.
I was going to ask who are the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I'm not hungry.
What?
Kidding. Pop culture.
Are you?
Pretend like I don't know anything. Bit Red Hot Chili Peppers. I probably couldn't name a song, but I know them. They're hot, aren't they?
See, I don't know if this is a bit or not.
I'm not doing a bit. And if they're men, I did not mean to
Chili
call them
Peppers
hot.
are.
If they're men, I didn't mean to call them hot. That's what I would say. But
no,
no,
you didn't know they were. You didn't know it was men.
I thought they were women. The Red Hot Chili Peppers are not men. This is embarrassing. I hate when you do this to me, especially when I'm trying to deliver a great point about the NFL.
I didn't.
It's totally
all I
undermining.
said was scar tissue was the best Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I was trying to
song.
sit here. I was trying to turn into Dr. James Chow live here on Westwood One Sports Night. You hijacked me with Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'm sorry, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Can you give me the first 30 seconds, Oliver, of scar tissue if it's clean? I'm pretty sure it's a clean song. We just we need to expose.
For monetization purposes, can we hear the first 15 seconds?
In fact, I thought it was 30, but for the next for the next hour, I want the next hour of the show. I just want Red Hot Chili Pepper songs so that Lynnell can at least.
Does that mean I need to go grab a water or something?
This is a good band. Like, my reaction is such that it's a worthy. They performed the Super Bowl last decade. It's not. I'm not doing this for some deep cut band like, oh, you don't know about
Scar tissue that I wish you saw. Sarcastic Mr. Know It.
Is this the song that goes?
Close your eyes and I'll kiss you, 'cause with the birds I'll share.
I'm gonna get to it.
With the birds I'll share this lonely view. With the birds I'll share this lonely.
They're on Madden. I know that. I just don't know what song is on Madden. They're on Madden.
You just tell me what's an appropriate response, because I want to be fair. Like, this isn't me saying, oh, you don't know Hoobastank from a few weeks ago? That's not what this is. Red Hot Chili Peppers performed the Super Bowl.
You better not get the stank back on my mind.
You don't want the
You
stank back
watched
on
the
your
Super
mind?
Bowl.
I do not want the stank back. I do not want the Uber stank back on my mind.
You watched the Super Bowl, I take it. Or maybe
Yeah.
you checked out at that point. Broncos, Seahawks in New Jersey.
Oh, who the hell made it to halftime of that debacle?
Bruno Mars and Red Hot Chili Peppers at halftime of the Super Bowl?
Bruno Mars is a fake The Weeknd. It's so annoying. That was a hot take.
What? Yeah. What did you just say?
He wishes he could hold The Weeknd's jockstrap.
It's the other way around, friend.
Literally and figuratively.
Bruno's better than The Weeknd, and I like them both. Those
Bruno's
are my
not
two
better
favorite
than
halftimes of the last
Bruno's
decade.
like a wannabe. He's like a great
15
value Michael Jackson. Like, it's so bad, his bit.
Unbelievable takes. I
don't
love
know
making
how
to react.
evil pop culture takes.
310-840-4910. Just
Can I
don't even.
Can
I'm
I
not
get
even
back
gonna
to
ask a
Malik
question.
Nabers?
I am. 1 sec. 310-840-4910. I'm not even going to ask a question. Just give the number and we'll see what happens. But Lynnell, you were making the point about scar tissue, and I actually am relying on you, Dr. Willingham, to tell me
You educate
what's up
me
with Malik Nabers.
You educate me on the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'll get you up to speed on scar tissue.
Thank you.
Scar tissue, when there's a buildup of scar tissue, what you do is you begin your therapy sessions with manual work. And you rub out the scar tissue and you flush it down your leg and you get ice and all that, and it breaks up eventually over time. That scar tissue not being broke up properly, for them to have to manually go in and break it up and remove it, that means there's a lot. That means his range of motion at this point is not very good. I'll take it a step further. I think this, because you're going back under the knife here in May, I think it impacts your timeline by maybe a month. Seriously. So we may not see Malik Nabers. What's the list that maybe you can help us out on this? The list, like, where you missed the first 4, is that PUP? Is that PUP where you missed the first 4 weeks at least?
Yes. If you're on the physically unable to perform,
you got to miss at least the first month. I can see him landing on PUP. And if you're the Giants, this is why I say it's sucking all the air out of the balloon. I love what they did adding, Isaiah Likely. I love their draft with Maui Noah getting selected. I love adding Greg Newsome via free agency, drafting Arvell Reese. They don't have a reliable pass-catching option. With no Malik Nabers, you're relying on Darius Slayton, Malachi Fields, who, why the hell did they draft that guy, if I'm being real? Darnell Mooney, who hasn't been able to stay healthy throughout the course of his career, and then Isaiah Likely. You're counting on Isaiah Likely making this massive, massive leap in doing something he struggled to do throughout the course of his career. That's be a consistent producer. I think no Nabers on this Giants offense totally changes the complexion of how I view them.
You can make a really strong case that other than the quarterback, he's the most important player on that offense.
Well, the team,
and remember, they passed on Jordan Tyson at 5. They didn't draft a receiver until they took the kid out of Notre Dame in round 3. But speaking of the draft, this is the same team that surrendered any chance of winning the NFC East, as far as I see it, when they traded Dexter Lawrence away. Like, this is the one guy on defense that you just don't replace. You don't find pocket-pushing D tackles like Big Sexy on the market. You just don't. And with the new regime led by John Harbaugh and Dex making noise about his future already, it was right to move him in order to get the 10th pick back. But it's a move that you make knowing that you're probably going to get hurt in the short term on it, and you're playing for the long term, which might also affect the way the Giants view Malik Nabers as well, saying, hey, let's make sure that this knee's taken care of, even if it means that you miss a month to start the season.
No concerns about him getting a long-term deal. I kind of hear what you're saying, but I do want to push back a little bit. I think if you're the Giants, you just look at the amount of resources that you've spent on your front seven here, paying a defensive tackle top of the market money. It's just probably not something they're interested in anymore, and I get it. I get it. You're going to have to pay Abdul Carter coming up here soon. You're going to have to make a decision on Brian Burns' contract once again. You're going to have to make a decision on Kayvon Thibodeau.
Again, I agree with it, but you just don't replace him right away. Those guys don't become available, and this wasn't, unfortunately, a strong defensive tackle draft.
Not to be contrarian Carl for a second, but bringing in Shelby Harris and DJ Reader are two guys that I think maybe both of them together don't add up, obviously, to what Dexter is, but it's not like the cupboard is totally bare when it comes to the interior of their D-line. You got, the second-year kid Alexander coming back, Darius Alexander from Toledo, coming back next year for his second year too. So, calculated move is what I would say by the Giants. But they're screwed with no Nabers. All that being said, them not having Malik Nabers, I think, is very much cause for concern.
Not as concerning as you not knowing who the Red Hot Chili Peppers are.
That's debatable, Josh Graham. Can you give me a chance, though? What's their most popular song? Do they sing? Let me not even try to do that. I'm just not going to try to play.
Well, there are going to be songs that play during the next hour. I probably, D-Day, would you say Danny California is probably the most popular song? It's either that or Californication, I would think.
It's one of those two. Danny California, I don't know that Lynnell played Rock Band growing up, but it was on Rock Band.
I had I played Rock Band. No, I played Guitar Hero. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you probably play Guitar Hero, but Rock
was a
Band
Guitar
had
Hero
Danny
guy.
California. There might have been another Red Hot Chili Pepper song on one of the various Guitar Heroes. They
Let
made
me
about
look
12.
up Madden. Red Hot Chili
Getting
Peppers
born
Madden.
in the state of Mississippi. Papa was a copper and a mama was a hippie. No?
That's mean.
See,
Red
it's.
Hot Chili Peppers.
I don't think that's mean.
I mean, in
hippie,
Californication,
copper?
they accused the moon landing of being fake.
That did happen.
Give it away.
The moon landing and the allegation. Give it
Give-
away, give it away, give it away now.
Give it away. Give it away. Give it away now.
Yeah, you just repeated exactly what I just said.
What? I did it in the. I tried to mimic the cadence, Josh Graham.
See,
But it's
I
on the
don't
Madden
know-
soundtrack, like I thought.
D-Day, what is a hotter take? Him or just what's more noteworthy? He doesn't know who the Red Hot Chili Peppers are, or that The Weeknd does not hold, or Bruno Mars doesn't hold The Weeknd's jockstrap. I don't know what to do with either of these.
I'm a
things.
Weeknd-
I
I'm a
don't
The
know how
Weeknd
to
stan.
prioritize these two.
I mean,
love
the-
The Weeknd.
the second one is way
I love
hotter.
that halftime show. Okay, the second one's it's
Yeah,
hotter.
I mean, look,
but
bro,
what's
Red
more
Hot Chili
noteworthy?
Peppers, there's two different Americas. If you ain't grow up listening to that kind of music, you're not going to know who they are.
Sure. But Bruno, this kind of explains when B-Dot was at the Bruno Mars concert rather than on
Why
the
I
show.
was throwing so
Why?
much shade? Yes.
It's amazing. I don't know. I don't think it's warranted, all this shade towards Bruno.
The Weeknd's got aura.
Bruno's
Dog.
one of the more... Who?
The Weeknd's got aura. His name is The
I agree,
Weeknd,
but
bro.
The Weeknd doesn't have nearly as good of a track list as Bruno does. If they did a versus, I think Bruno Mars, it'd be a funny ass versus. The vibe of it would be different.
Honestly,
I don't know. That actually might be better than I think. I like both of them.
Can I
Why
tell
are
you
making
who I
me
per-
choose?
honestly
Why
don't
did you
even
do
think,
this?
I don't even think I like The Weeknd as much as I thought I do. I confuse him with Miguel all the time. It's so
That's another crazy thing.
I was confusing
What?
with Miguel because I like the How Many Drinks remix
When's
with Kendrick
Miguel
Lamar.
getting a halftime
How many
show?
How Many Drinks is an amazing song.